Oh jeez, jeez, you're Rick and Morty. I promised bigger and better for season 4, and here we are. Have you missed me? I have tried to do my best for my 25,000 followers who waited for me and are happy to see me. Thank you. If you're new here, welcome. I'm trying so hard. One step that I have taken, you know, I'm an ad-libber. I am a great ad-libber when it comes to these conversations, but I have been advised by many advisors that I should ikopoa.
Yeah,
that I have been asked constantly, get it into a script, stick to the appointed words, but I can't. Even right now, I am breaking that because I have an introduction right in front of me and this isn't it. But I'm so happy to be here. This is a Samina channel. Like, you're here if you like me. That's the number one thing I keep on saying, and I'll keep on saying. Like, this channel is just about catching up with me. It's not about me giving you vast amounts of information that you will do nothing with. We're starting off on a weird food, so let's stick to the script. Thank you for being here if you're back. And if you're new, welcome. So, editor. Yes.
1,
2, 3, go. Oh. It feels weird. What if you can do? First time doing this is so interesting. I love experimenting and expression. Samina here. Samina the endearing. I've done that before. This is not the first time, but it explains who I am. First things first, my name is Samina. Repeated. I come from Namibia and my president is Ibrahim Traore. In case of any issue, please talk to him or contact your nearest Namibian embassy. Any issue with what I say, but don't try to him. He's so busy. I have a better place you can put your issue. If you have a compliment though, or an important point to further this discussion, like and comment. I'm a secretary. I have to file and catalog stuff. East Africa is the best slice of Africa. North Africa is too hot and too racist. Southern Africa, too temperate and too racist. West Africa, wanamenyana wenyewe kwa wenyewe. In East Africa, we still understand Ubuntu in our own special way. Also, being primarily 3 ethnic groups has helped us. Ethnic homogeny. LOL. Oh my god. There are these differences that have arisen from venye vitu zilienda. If I started talking about our politics, this video will be 3 hours long, and I don't like to handle field in any way possible. This is a history channel, so don't come here for trends. Yes, sit in the very, very noisy leather chair. All sensationalism. We're going to be reading from 12 books and 3 articles. Open your notebooks, your page. Yes, we're reading here. If you don't like reading. Are they gone? Is the human scum gone? I will be giving a ranking based on each country's climate, history, culture, 20th century. Then I'll tell you my favorite country all round. And the end, wait, inaenda haraka, pause.
Like Captain 12.
No. Okay.
Ndio ikupea time ya kufanya adlibs. Tuweke 12.
Yeah, 12 is nice. Then I will tell you my favorite country all round. And at the end, use the S tier format to place everyone in their rightful position. Huh? At the outro, I will tell you the outro of the final episode. I was trying to put all the countries together in one episode and it itakuwa too long. So I'm going to choose. I'm already, let me pause. I'm going to choose my country based on analysis of each country. When I finish every single one in East Africa, then I'm going to produce the final list. Then, in that final, at the outro, I will tell you how I came to the ranking. And I hope at the end we might be on the same page, or maybe I give you a new opinion to how bouncing around your head like a DVD logo. If you want to get right in, dive on in. Please keep to the number right here. It's marked for your convenience. I'm going to go into where have I been ranked? Okay, so I'm going to talk about personal things that my boyfriend and my friends keep bugging me about, and I don't care because this channel is an artistic expression for me. Where I have been, what I've been up to, I promised. Now I'm just reading it like a. I promised I will try to make things bigger and better, and that's what I've been working on. This was written in December 2024. I think it will be important to mention because in 2025 we are in a completely different landscape, socially and politically. I will not judge people in relation to their current political situation because what does that mean there? Samina the oracle kicking in. Because guess what? Where did that word get lost? The global political scene will look like nothing we have ever seen. At least 6 years in. Or is it out? At most 10. What does it mean for us, the young generation, where we are left with the hustle, steaming garbage? That's been left for us. Will we repeat the same mistakes? Let me share something. You know, like if you're a long time fan, you know that I have a problem with editing myself because I don't want to lose me. I don't want to become like others. I don't want to. I don't care to do what anyone else is doing. So I try my best not to edit myself so that looking back, I can be happy and comfortable to say that that is me, just me. Look at what is this related to? When I wrote this, I have not gone through it, and I have not. This is like the first draft of my current video essay. Some things I'm reading for the first time, like before I wrote them, so they're very funny to me. I'm sorry if I'm laughing, and if I say something offensive and then I end up laughing. I'm sorry, it's my sense of humor. So yes, what to do with this steaming hunk of garbage that we have been left for? Us. Left for us. Will we repeat the same mistakes? I am a cynic at heart, but I have a little amount of hope inside me because personally, missing too bad. Personally, as I was saying, personally, I'm yet to develop some boomer and Gen X habits like violence against animal and animal. violence against animals and children, sleeping comfortably after screwing people over, sexual assault, destroying the environment, and verbalizing intent to murder. Wow. And being honest, it was the same for some of my peers and generations younger than me. The unfortunate thing about evil, ladies and gentlemen, for evil to work, it has to be let in. Evil, demons, the devil, however you identify negative intentions, has no power in this reality because it doesn't have a physical body. It's creepy because it means every evil known to us has been enacted by man. Not a demon, not a shadow, not a ghost, not a genie, whatever. It always starts as a thought, then it becomes a sentence, then a paragraph, then a whole scenario, and before you know it, you are enacting. You have to let it in, talk to it, smile with it, have tea with it, go to its events, and pretty soon it has power over you. Initially, the power feels so good, it's almost a high as any convict. By inviting it in, oh my God, I'm reading it like so wrote. Like, how do you feel about this? How do you feel about this? It gives you a sense of power for a while, but that demon doesn't like you. It's not your sugar or your boo. It is harvesting your life force energy, and that's why it's so easy for people in power and for people in power, like politicians and religious leaders, to be corrupted. They have a lot of juicy life force energy that gets them to that place they are in the society, and to also have the ability to screw over hundreds, millions of lives at a time, and that misery is so tasty for them. When it is done with you, you will be discarded, and the false protection it's offered will disappear, and nature will finish you up because you register both as a parasite and an infected host. Oh, wow. Oh, Samina says, sorry for the long rant. This is the content you can expect from my patron. Patron is Samina After Dark. I'll talk about it later. Another reason why I have been so offline is because I've been working on that. Here I get secret information like that. Only today, because it's my first time introducing my patron, I wanted to give you a little taste. There are 3 tiers, and the premise is we'll be talking about the 3 topics one should never talk about, and the lack of knowledge in these areas is exactly the reason the common man is imprisoned in his own mind. Wow! I'm loving my own writing. Oh, politics, religion, and sex. And this episode will easily fall under politics. Why did I write religion? Because besides discussing the spiritual situation of spiritual situation of East Africa's losers, this whole rant on the nature of negative emotional forces in the human psyche. What do I mean there? That is also why I want to be discussing politicians, because first as a Satanist. What a timing for the sneeze. There is no way I will talk about God-sanctioned people and their God-sanctioned moves. I hate filth, and this is the channel that will encourage it. Sorry. Mostly what most of you call evil is just backwardness, ignorance, and arrogance over ignorance. Trademarked. That is a Samina the philosopher trademark. I have lived with complete psychos, and the number one cure is never give them attention. And that's why my stance hasn't changed from many months ago when I was still a Moldova. Now I'm a Namibian, and I will tell you why I shifted. Yes, the political class doesn't see the working class as people. At most, we are a statistic and at least a hunk of flesh, no different from nyama imeha kobuchari. The politicians are a reflection of the people. So if I insult politicians, I will insult people for sure. There is no single autocratic dictatorship in East Africa besides Rwanda and Uganda and the literal junta governments making a mess up of the pastoralist Northeast Africa. Others, lol, just the land of the people. Okay, what I meant there. Someone help me. Just the land. What our ancestors. It's moving too fast. Okay. I'm having so much fun doing it. I think I get it. Like I'm speaking for just the land and the people. Like no politics. What our ancestors intended for us. The honest, bare truth about things right now. Let's start the ranking. Completely randomized for my pleasure. That was my intention at first. But nimeona tu nianze na Kenya because like I think it's the moment to speak out about that. Then from like moving forward I will completely randomize the choices. So Kenya, I love being Moldovan. It's supposed to be Namibia now. Very smart. Napenda raha. I love communing with my family and friends. My comfort means everything to me. Anyone who comes between my work and my play is my enemy. I think that's what it means to be a Moldovan. I think so. We love being progressive. Moldova is the cool kid with the giant headphones around his neck, speaking a fake accent. But now it's the UK Batman accent and I love it. I wanted to give the smoke over it, but at least it's usually an African diaspora accent, yeah? Like from hood America to hood UK, I love it. If you know what I'm referencing, please comment down there. I love engaging with anyone, even though the government has failed us. And when has it not? Bless you, Saint Kibaki. I wrote that. I'm so stupid. Imagine I wrote that. Dirty. Bless you, Saint Kibaki, the only man who tried to help Kenya. Moldova, Namibia. As a people, we are still forward-oriented, and this regime has taught us many lessons on accountability, personal accountability, and holding others accountable. Personal accountability and holding others accountable. My view is very different from the way it was before June 17th, 2025. I hate Nairobianism so much. Oh my god. And I used to say, I hate Nairobians and they need to suffer for their own greed. And we can figure out enclosing that misery around Nairobi County. Oh my god. This is me writing in the morning. This is what you get. Because that young man in Isiolo who is just trying to build his house for his new wife. Or that grandma in Lamu who just wants to be able to afford food because she can't believe the hiking, everything, doesn't deserve to suffer for the mistakes of a couple of people in a very small surface area. That is before the 17th. That was my view before the 17th. Remember, okay? What is Nairobianism? It's my name for the Kenyan city rat behavior. It starts at the major city, but some people can carry that virus out of the country. Someone is angry. It is the outcome of the reality of living in a concrete jungle, okay? It was, high school teacher. It was a center of power from the colonial times, and I feel the same way the colonial scum was taking advantage of the outside Kenyan. Outside as in the one who wasn't in the system that profits, politics, business, etc. It was inherited directly by the people who inherited that system. Because thinking about it, it makes no sense when a fellow Mijikenda, Masai, etc. screwing over your fellow African. It makes sense if a foreigner would, someone with no understanding of Ubuntu, yeah? Nairobianism formed from that proximity to power, with everyone trying to be as rich as possible. As people who never worked for their wealth. People who send their children abroad to come back as copies of colonialists of old. Only for the poor children to be profiled as some other African, no different than janitors and maids. didn't think ilikuwa leo asubuhi. Ndio warudi na accents wakiwa set your standards ndio warudi na accents wakiwa set your standards where they have nightmares at night of being called a take your pick. Sorry, I digressed. I knew it's like I can feel the angriness. Wake up for the screen.
Naule demu wako anakaa poa na makeup on screen. Si basi in real life ilikuwa inakaa mbaya sana.
Yeah, in real life lazima nani?
Let's go to jana.
Yeah, because that stage, that's like almost movie makeup because it's extreme. So it's a Moldovan against Moldova. Wait, nilo jacket lako nilo pala. You want to meet Samina behind the scenes. I hear you want to meet Samina in her dressing room. Yeah. What are you bringing her? Roses, a necklace. What?
Everything good.
Yeah. Better come. You better come.
Everything you ever had of. Gold. Silver.
Nadanganywa watu wasikia. Hi, let's continue. I'm sorry, I need to take a break because I made me laugh so much. Took a break to recenter. So, there we go. Apologies for my digression. It's Moldovan against Moldovan. The people that were exploiting us are long gone, but it was already passed down as a culture in the upper classes long ago. Long ago. This is the 70s and the 60s. My opinion still stands from many moons ago. From this video, which I'm going to attach here, talking about how I feel about Moldovans. The political class doesn't see the working class as people. It has never, and it will never. Not a human being like them, more like a domestic animal, eh? No more sheep, chicken, goat. At most a statistic, at least a hunk of flesh. I think nimeandika hiyo mahali. I feel like I'll say that again. Trying to rationalize your humanity to them sounds like a goat bleating on Eden. I like that. It makes sense. It's on theme with the domestic animal thing, yeah? What are the signs and symptoms of a Nairobianism manifestation? They think they are the capitalist king with marbles of gold. Their fellow humans used to be a human and more of a customer, client, patsy, number, etc. They don't have the same needs as them, apparently. They have the inability to see beyond a day. Planning any number of years ahead is impossible. They drink more alcohol per square meter on the weekend than the rest of Africa combined, minus South Africa. Drinks in a year. Yeah, I wouldn't feel sorry for people that vote for politicians who are just like them. That's something I wrote before June 17th. If you want me to share my story, maybe I will. But that's not for right now. Nobody, especially people who had no part creating and upholding such systems of evil, deserve to suffer because of it. But I have nothing to say about the government because I'm not angry. You are angry when you don't see it coming, okay? They're going okay again. What the fuck is that though? Definitely, the next 2 years are going to be a wild ride. I saw some old school friends abroad laughing, wakisema tutaombea change from the outside. Oh, I'm so jealous. I was like, oh, that's my personal agenda with all this. Please don't judge or suggest. You don't know my fight or flight method, okay? Mine involves running and running away in the opposite direction. I don't engage with evil. I don't. Just had to get that off my chest. Yes, this was me writing. I was angry when I was writing. Outside of the major cities, Kenya is a beautiful country. It's east of Eden. We will explore that more. We are very multicultural. Yet to some degree, we have learned to live with each other compared to our provincial neighbors. I have to pause and make you and tell you what I had this phrase and it made me so happy. Reading through TikTok comments, because that is a hobby of mine. There was one person who was being told to get legal services regarding title deeds or something from this individual, and then he was like, no, he's a bit too provincial for me, and it's been ages since I had that word being used, so it made me laugh so hard, but it's totally like, yes, compared to our provincial neighbors, i.e. the countries that are next to us, we are actually super progressive, because like a Kenyan is a Kenyan. A Moldovan is a Moldovan. A Namibian is a Namibian. So anyway, sticking to the script to make this as short as possible, let's continue. We are curious by nature, and you'd be shocked how much we have been involved in changing the tides of the whole world. Like, it's not East Africa, it's not Africa, it's the whole world. The Kapenguria 6 weren't the badasses, like, honestly. Check out who the fanboys of the thinkers of the 1920s and the 1930s. That group of freedom fighters used to correspond with the likes of Marcus Garvey and W.E. Du Bois, and the ideas they came up with fueled our early colonization efforts, like African nationalism, which is a beautiful thing, go research about it, and African American unification and the civil rights movement. Du Bois, same thing happened with the Mama movement, teaching many oppressed countries, like around the 1930s and 40s, so they can actually fight for their freedom. Even our fight for multi-partisanism, I hate that word, it always changanishes me. In the 90s, triggered waves. Obama, Even 2024 protests triggered very many other protests in our fellow oppressed countries. Research for yourself. Like, yeah.
Much better than the ones you did. Sijui utarudia zile unafanya za kwanza, but this is so smooth.
Sifanyi hivyo, ndio inaenda. Hivyo ndio inaenda, kuna kitu ina change. Sianzangi tena, mtu tu take one. Like every other Kenyan. I just do one take and one take is enough.
Kino the happy December.
Buchita.
Oh. Yes.
Tunafanya same Oh my god. Should I include this stuff? Should I be petty? Let's see. That's exactly. Even our fight for multi-partisan way in the 90s triggered waves. Obama kulikuwa na reggae song. Even the 2024 protests triggered very many other protests in our fellow oppressed countries. How does it look? Please tell me it's okay. It's still recording. It's sharp. Hi. Outside of the major cities, the climate is perfect. We haven't trained the environment enough for my final ranking to consider Kenyans unworthy. There's this expression. No, it's not a joke completely. Why didn't they make it into a paragraph? There's this expression that Wakenya wanaweza shtua hadi shetani. We have proven everything, even time travel. With one Kenyan. So you're looking at me like I'm your sister. With one Kenyan buying bread that was made 1 week into the future. That's proof of our ingenuity and high intelligence. I wish we could figure out a way to harness this energy for the good of everyone. My religion claims there's good in every evil, and the one good thing Oh. I loved that incident though, because that bread was a preservative to the gods. Like that bread can survive nuclear warfare. And I won't even mention it, but if you want me to give you the tea on the best kind of food you can get for yourself in this market, where everyone is adding almond chalk to the bread. That goes an old Victorian joke. This video, the last political history video I did, besides this one, mentioned something about that reality, and I think it will be helpful to you to understand like the reality of the situation, you know? The situation we are in, with the grade that we are in, like you'd be shocked where it started, like maybe 200 years ago, I think. So it's just like a sign of our ingenuity. I think that's like the major thing. My religion claims there's good in every evil, and the one good thing about all this is how it has unified us. We are one, and now, before our overlords find the right divide and conquer tactic that would work next, we should ask ourselves, is my cynicism showing? I am in active denial. I love this line. Let me repeat it. So we are one, yes. As Moldovans, we are one right now, before our world figure out the next divide and conquer tactic to separate us. So my cynicism, yes. I'm usually a realist, not a cynicist. Please. Cynic. Oh my god. I am in active denial. Why am I shouting? Jesus. No. Shit. Yes. Nifungie hiyo dirisha mazee, guy. Like, I would rather listen to Muslims praying than these people. Like, to be honest. So sorry about the lighting, but the lighting has to improve. I mean, the lighting has to be great for the audio to improve. And I think the audio is great besides my baby's windbreaker making the most polyester noise known to man. Don't pass through the camera, you dummy. Ghetto Empress. Jina Rosie.
Mamito.
Wewe usifanye nianze kusikiza ngoma sasa hivi. Chica-vera.
Dingaia.
Gani ndio my fave kwa hizo zote? Dingani ya mwaki, of course. Tumeingia 1 hour sasa, which is not bad. We're almost done. So it's just the same time. Hata hakuna time difference. Yeah, I'm still patting myself on the back over that joke. It's up to us to figure out what we want for ourselves. That's serikali saidia catchphrase. That's serikali saidia catchphrase that we love should be forgotten entirely. The only government you should care about is your devolved government. Learn their names, follow up with their projects. You can't change the whole country, but you can sweep your frontier. You know what I'm saying? You can plant some food with your neighbor instead of waiting for aid from some place, from some people who not only not understand your plight, they simply don't care. Okay? Very good again. I'll reach our country. Too fast. Yeah. They don't care. Like, imagine they don't care. They don't see you as a human being. So figure yourself out. Like, stop looking for saviors. Stop making politicians your celebrities. Make people like me your celebrities. Our country is very rich. They have lots of willpower. Willpower is the most important thing. I remember us being compared to South Korea at the birth of our nation, and we slowed down in the 80s and 90s because of one of the worst neo-colonialist regimes to ever exist anywhere. I'm glad once again of the good that came out of that. Slow urbanization helped us still be attached to our roots. At least 95% of Kenyans can speak their mother tongue and they have an understanding of their spiritual mythologies, yeah? Zile story unajua about penye umetoka. Thank God we didn't go down that route. The comparers wanted us to adopt Western greed as a form of civilization. And the one thing we thankfully lacked, not the chaebols. We have that here, we call the political families. We just didn't have enough distaste for our own fellow man. For once, tribalism saved us. Outside of the infected areas, we still see our fellow people as people. The only thing that matters right now is the next step, because if they blunder and sell us out to the ever-waiting wolves and reptiles, our resources will be plundered and we will go back to the 90s Mexico filter era, which I talked about in another video, for a couple of more years. But personally, I don't think Moldovans can allow it because we are incredibly smart by nature. Let me finish with a racist remark. I don't think things can be run without foreign influence because we are too greedy and stupid to run an industry or institution that will work for the whole country. Who? Politicians or people? Who am I blaming that, you know? Oh, my claims. I think, what did I mean about? This was so silly. Oh, my claims. Ooh, my claims against Nairobianism would have been baseless, but I have a scale. I have a scale that is accurate to 1 gram and OCD where I measure everything. So my major issues with the failing of Kenyans from the capital out, is a morality issue, not an intelligence issue, not a resource drought issue, not a population strength and size issue. It's a personal moral issue. That's why people are so easy to commit crimes against humanity, which happens from people with no understanding of the community they're screwing over. But Sisi Kosisi is disgusting. It really is disgusting. What the fuck? When in Kenya, getting an integrity lecture from a satanist, yes, she'll really open your eyes. So, according to my scale, in relation to every other East African country, I will take my time to expound on it. We give it an A. Physically gorgeous country. Even our shape is beautiful. Like, look at our shape on the map. Nobody has a cool shape like that. Like, our shape mirrors triangles, and I love that about it. The land is only about 20% polluted, so I can still drink some river and lake water. The people are diverse, highly intelligent, and very welcoming and brotherly. Besides the city rat areas, they complain about other people's problems that they also suffer from. This has become incredibly dense for me, so I'm going to pick out the next country from my heart, and step by step we will build the tier list for the best East African country, thus the best country in Africa and by extension of the world. I already know which country it is. Sitasema saizi. But the beauty is unfolding slowly by slowly. See you in the next episode. I can't remember what I used to say. I used to say something when I got to this part, like something that makes me so happy because it means I have finished everything. See you in the next episode. This takes really long to write. Please subscribe if you like related cinema, animation, and once in a while I do political history. really like this video. Taking more time because I am still setting up my Patreon. I don't think I'm ready to advertise until I have like enough videos to justify paying to watch content like this. Currently they're just like a couple of season 3s and one like is like a season 4 but a pre-season 4 one. I've been making for the past years. It's already halfway there. Remember, this will be a Samina After Dark video, but I just felt like doing it here because of the current state of affairs. There are some things I will have not like put out here in public. I will have put out in the other place so that like I don't have to engage idiots. You get what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying? You know, this video will get so much backlash and I'm prepared for it. Please comment anything you want to comment on there. If you disagree with me, remember we are supposed to put a disagreement. If you have anything that further discussion, please write it down there. Comment, like, and subscribe. Please subscribe. Like, imagine if you see this video and you subscribe, it will give me so much more motivation so that I can make the next video. But it doesn't really depend on anyone, it depends on me. But it really will change how I feel and I will do better. Okay, yeah. To reiterate, yes, Samina After Dark is my Patreon channel where I speak more on the things where I can't speak on here in the public because of like the nature of the things, including this video. Like, this video is a special treat because I'm trying to like introduce something new, but like I will go back to regular programming, which is like discussing vintage movies and animation from the 90s and the early 2000s. That's like what I like, but I have figured out that 2000s and 2010s is now vintage movies, like early 2010s, and it's very clear where Hollywood stopped it. What the fuck? That is a word that exists. Stopped using creative energy from real people to make movies. And I think Lucifer is one of them. Like, someone tell me, like, I have a feeling, like, upon your AI is slopping the answer with like writing, but that's not the discussion for this video. That is actually a discussion for vintage movies, whatever episode. Thank you so much if you've gotten this far, and if you've missed me, I am grateful. And I hope to get better and better for your enjoyment. Nothing else. Your enjoyment matters so much to me. Let's continue with the script because I've been ad-libbing there. The next video is an animation station video. The hashtag AS, and they have a playlist. Inshallah, I'm keeping up with the classics video like this one. This is 2025 now. Thank you so much for watching this video. For my beloved 25 subscribers, thank you for the patience. It's been a whole year. If you're new here, I hope you enjoyed it. And if you didn't, buckle up, I have a lot to say. And I hope you appreciate my journey. Love you. Bye.